Chapter 13 Grand Prize All of the Phoenix. Weapons, weapons. As the lottery wheel spun, Lin Xiu became excited. Soon the needle began to slow down. Tch! Union coins again! The needle seemed to be slowing down near the union coins. It made Lin Xiu very disappointed. Is this rigged? He thought. He always got Union's coins. However, just as Lin Xiu was feeling indignant, that needle moved a little and landed on the grand prize. Wow! Lin Xiu received a shock. Congratulations, master, on getting the grand prize, all of the Phoenix. The system's cold voice rang out, but it sounded exceptionally melodious in Lin Xiu's ears. All of the Phoenix? What's this? Lin Xiu was stunned. Then a card was suspended in the air right in front of him. Skill card? Lin Xiu pupils were constricted at this moment. Only rank 6 warriors and above could create skill cards. These cards contain the cultivation tips and the entire cultivation process of various skills. In the present era, cultivation methods obviously wouldn't be like the past where they read secret manuals. Also, the levels of the skill cards were divided into bronze, silver, gold, diamond. Theoretically speaking, the higher the level of the skill card was, the greater would be its power. Why is it a bronze card? Lin Xiu took the card and it had an icy touch. The card was thin, but it was made of special metal. Lin Xiu was slightly disappointed. This skill card was for spear techniques, and it was only a bronze level card. This grand prize was a little pathetic. However, just at this moment, Lin Xiu realized that there was a number 1 indicated in the back of the bronze card. His eyes narrowed. This is a skill card that could grow? Lin Xiu was shocked. This type of card was even more precious than the diamond card. It would change as the user cultivated. This meant that as long as he cultivated the skill, the bronze level, the card would advance to silver level and so on. This is a gem. Lin Xiu quickly placed the card into his pocket and kept it properly. You could choose your future weapon before becoming an official warrior and could cultivate skills compatible with your weapon. When the time came, you would be much stronger. At first, Lin Xiu was still considering what weapon to choose. But after obtaining this card, Lin Xiu decided that he would use spears. As the saying goes, it takes a month to learn how to use a staff, a year to learn how to use a saber, and a lifetime to learn how to use the spear. A spear was the king of 100 soldiers. It was the hardest to learn. If not for this skill card, Lin Xiu wouldn't have picked this weapon. Why are you giggling foolishly there? A cold voice resounded. Lo Ye had opened her eyes and was staring at Lin Xiu as though he was an idiot. Cough, cough. Nothing. Did you hear that sound? Lo Ye looked afar as she asked softly. Sound? Lin Xiu was taken aback and his ears immediately perked up. There was only silence around them in the darkness initially. But when Lin Xiu listened carefully, he could hear some faint noises. It sounded as though someone was walking across the grass. Someone's approaching. Lo Ye nodded and said, It should be an adventure team. Some evolved beasts only appeared at night, so warriors who specialized in hunting these beasts would also come out at night. Lin Xiu encountered these so-called adventure teams before, and they were like bandits. At this moment, his expression changed. "What do we do now?" "Leave." Lo Ye knitted her brows and whispered. She was badly injured and had not recovered yet. If they didn't leave right now and encountered warriors with bad intention, they would be in huge trouble. Lin Xiu nodded. Just as he was about to get up and leave, he realized that Luo Ye was still lying next to the tree branch and looking at him. "You still can't move?" Luo Ye didn't reply, and her gaze was still cold. However, after spending a day together, Lin Xiu roughly knew what she was like and directly carried her up. "Did I ask you to carry me?" Luo Ye didn't look too happy at this moment. It was the first time she was so close to a guy, and she felt a little strange, as though she was shy. "Well, you didn't. I did it on my own accord, all right?" Lin Xiu didn't care about her words and quickly ran forward. At this time, he could hear the sounds getting closer. It seemed like those people would be reaching them soon. There was someone here just now." Not long after they headed off, a group found a bonfire where Lin Xiu had been. Seeing that the fire was still burning, they could easily figure out that those people just now must have heard their footsteps and left. "Seems like there are other warriors around here. If we encounter them later, just kill them straight away." The leader smiled sinisterly and announced. In this forest, killing people for treasure was not a rare sight. Phew, so heavy. After covering some distance, Lin Xiu couldn't help but remark. Luo Ye gritted her teeth, and then she heard him. If she didn't care about her identity, she would have bitten him. She might appear quite cold, but she was still a girl after all. Which girl could tolerate being called heavy? "It's the sword," Luo Ye sneered. "Sword? What did she mean?" As they continued ahead, they saw a pair of tiny red eyes staring at them. Under the moonlight, they could vaguely tell that it was a snake. "Tss! Why did he encounter this sort of thing again at a time like this? When it rains, it pours. Disaster piling up on one another." Lin Xiu instinctively activated the analytic eye. Rank 2 red-winged snake. Characteristics: snake type. More active at night. Contains venom in its fangs. Overall combat strength 670. Combat strength of 670? Fortunately, it wasn't considered too high, and Lin Xiu's current combat strength was already 462. However, the troublesome part was that he didn't have any weapons right now. If he fought with this red-winged snake with bare hands and got bitten, he would be in trouble. "Hold this." Just then, Luo Ye handed the long sword to him. Lin Xiu didn't hesitate and took it immediately. Then there was a loud thud. The second he held the long sword, he realized that it was extremely heavy and dropped it on the ground. The sharp blade actually pierced deeply into the ground. "I already told you it's the sword," Luo Ye's voice sounded. Lin Xiu finally understood what she meant. She was refuting the fact that he said she was heavy.